In this example, the result of the expression a equals b plus 1 is the value which was assigned to a, which is 3. It is then used for further evaluation. Although chaining assignment is possible, it is important to prioritize readability and clarity in our code. Chain assignment evaluates from right to left. For example, the rightmost expression 2 plus 2 is evaluated first, and then its value is assigned to the variable from right to left, C, B, and A. While chaining assignment can be used, it is generally better to split such code into separate lines for better readability. For example, this approach is easier to read, especially when quickly scanning the code. Prioritizing clear and readable code is essential for maintaining and understanding code bases, especially when collaborating with others or working on larger projects. Let's explore the concept of modify in place using the modify and assign operator in JavaScript. Often we need to apply an operator to a variable and store the new result back in the same variable. For example, this notation can be shortened using the modify and assign operator, like plus equals and multiply equal. For example, these modify and assign operators exist for all arithmetic and bitwise operators. The modify and assign operator have the same precedence as a normal assignment, so they run after most other calculation. For example, by using modify and assign operator, we can perform operation more clearly and avoid redundant code. These operators are particularly helpful when working with variables and need to update the value based on calculation and other data transformation. Let's explore increment and decrement operators in JavaScript. The increment increases a variable by 1, while decrement decreases a variable by 1. For example, it is important to note that increment and decrement can only be applied to variables. Attempting to use them on a value like 5 plus plus will result in an error. The increment and decrement operator can be placed either before or after a variable. When an operator goes after the variable, it is in a postfix form, such as counter plus plus. The prefix form is when the operator goes before the variable, like plus plus counter. Both of these statements do the same thing, increase counter by 1. However, there is a little difference between the two forms, and we can see it when we use the returned value of double plus or double minus. In the prefix form, the operator increment the variable and return the new value. In the postfix form, the operator increment the variable but return the old value. Let's take an example to illustrate the difference. In this example, the prefix form counter and return the new value, which is 2. So the alert shows 2. In this example, the postfix form increments counter but returns the old values. So the alert shows 1. Overview. If the result of increment decrement is not used, there is no difference in which form to use. If we want to increase a value and immediately use the result of the operator, we need a prefix form. If we want to increment a value but use its previous value, we need the postfix form. Increment and decrement operator can also be used inside expressions, and their precedence is higher than most other arithmetic operations. While using increment and decrement operator inside expression is technically fine, it is generally recommended to follow a style of one line, one action to improve code readability and maintainability. This way, code is easier to understand and avoid potential confusion caused by compact notations. Let's explore comma operators in JavaScript. The comma operator is one of the most rarest and most unusual operator. It allows us to evaluate several expressions, dividing them with a comma. Each expression is evaluated, but only the result of the last expression is returned. For example, in this example, the expression 1 plus 2 is evaluated, but its result is discarded. Then 3 plus 4 is evaluated, and its result 7 is returned as the final value stored in the variable a. It is essential to note that the comma operator has very low precedence, even lower than the assignment operator. Therefore, when using the comma operator, it is crucial to use parentheses to control the order of evaluation. For instance, without parentheses, a equals 1 plus 2, comma 3 plus 4 will evaluate plus first, summing the number into a equals 3, then evaluate 7, but the result of 7 is ignored and a remains 3. It would be like a equals 1 plus 2, comma 3 plus 4. The primary use of the comma operator is to put multiple expressions together on one line. For example, it can be used to more complex constructs as shown in this for loop. While such tricks are used in some JavaScript framework and libraries to save space, they may not always improve code readability. Therefore, it is important to think carefully and consider the impact on code readability before using the comma operator for complex constructs. In general, it is better to prioritize code clarity and maintainability over using complex expressions or compact notations.